entropy is a good lie detector type thing.
All right, I am switched over.
Welcome, welcome. So, Mike, how about you? Any concepts or ideas of what you want to do with your devices? Or, gadgets? I gotta stop calling them devices, because they're not devices.
Yeah, the one I just thought of was actually inspired by my backstory. With Spirit 2, I should be able to alter my... essentially, I should be able to make myself look like a spirit, like an aura. So
yep.
It scans the local denizens and kind of alters my aura slightly, so that they think that I am also a spirit that lives there.
Okay. Nice, I like that. That's a really cool one. That's That's the thing I like about this game, is that it's very open-ended on, basically convincing me that it's something is possible is what your objective is for some of your powers. And then me and you debating back and forth, which is basically you starting with, like, I want to read people's facial expressions, and you use correspondence and just correspondence, and you're like, that didn't work. Well, now I'm going to add in, life and, or mind. Oh, boop, there we go. Now I've got some information coming back to me proper.
Yeah.
Also, when we're playing, sometimes I'm going to allow you to say I want to try to do something and attempt to do it, and it fails because you're not capable of doing it. Some things you know you're capable of doing, and some things you don't know because you've never tried.
Yeah.
But those will be special occasion type stuff. And maybe you're actually able to do something. I might even just bump you up to level 3 in something and bump your avatar or your arete up to level 3, or your enlightenment up to level 3, just because of the attempt type stuff. So feel free to push things to the limit sometime if it seems like it's time to push things to the limit. If you're walking down a room or out of a house and going to the car to go get some burgers, don't stress yourself. But
yeah, I was going to say about what you said earlier. Having played so much Mage with people who have played a lot of Mage, we could come up with a bunch of different things and say, like, it's these spheres that would do that. And if you sat down with those guys, we could argue for hours on each individual spell. And then you could talk to another person that's played Mage, and they could have a completely different interpretation. So
there is a codifying book that brings together a lot of how do you do that, is a book that I actually own too, that kind of codifies a little bit better as to, it doesn't talk about paradigm at all. All it talks about is what sphere is required for what.
Yeah. That's
and there's been a lot of debate. Right? Yep.
Yeah. I should probably get that.
Yeah, it's a good one. I was hoping for some paradigm talk in it, but it's specifically all about this is what a sphere can do. It's a really good book to know what your powers are capable of doing, basically, because there's been debate through the 20 plus years that Mage has been out about this whole thing, because back in the day, correspondence of 2 or 3, I think 3, would allow you to make a taxi cab out of thin air, appear at your house, or let you get into it, and then drive off, and you could call it coincidental magic. But you pulled an entire taxi cab and human and the gas and all of the things that go into creating this thing out of thin fucking air and brought it to you. So later on because that's what a lot of coincidental magic was about in first edition. First edition was all about talking about coincidental magic in the sense that you do things, but then you make sure that reality interprets it in a way that is coincidental. So instead of teleporting from here to the airport, you just got a taxi cab that arrives perfectly on time. Isn't that a coincidence?
That's entropy 3 is what it is. It's you run out the door.
Well, no, entropy does not necessarily follow or have control over coincidence per se.
Well, no,
you can
entropy
make
3,
it
the
lucky.
effect would be you cast it before you go out of your house, and it just so happens that no matter how far you are from the airport, there just happened to be a taxi cab dropping somebody else off.
That's once again altering reality on a massive scale. What you could do with entropy 2 or 3 is basically be able to map it out. You know where all of the taxi cabs are at all times to make it so that it's always convenient for you, but you're still the one setting yourself up. You're not changing all of reality to make things appear and disappear and changing, because basically what you're saying is that you're able to manipulate with entropy, you're able to manipulate the mind of taxi cab drivers to force them and the people that are taking them to force them to be able to be there. Now first edition, I would agree with you. It's 20th anniversary and second edition and revised edition that start going, we can't really just have a power like massively alter reality and just mundanes being completely affected by it without actually having the spheres to back that up. So with that, you would need correspondence, entropy, and mind, basically. I think that would be the 3 that you would really need.
I would argue that in this case with the taxi, technically you would both be right. Because I would think it's more of a subconscious thing instead of putting in the mental effort to map out where all the taxis are. That's a lot. But if you are subconsciously aware of it, then you just moved into a place that you know is heavily populated by taxis.
Yeah.
Right. It's the magic can affect you. It can't necessarily alter all of reality just for a simple one sphere thing. It can't change the mind or subconsciously affect the taxi driver, but it can put you into the proper spot.
Yeah, and actually, Josh, I agree with you. Entropy 3 would be far too powerful for that effect. I think if you wanted like a taxi to show up at a certain time, it would be like entropy 3, correspondence 3, maybe mind 2. Just
yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe mind 3 just to like somebody, and then it would take a long time for the taxi to get there, but it could be there at the right time.
Right, it would still be held by the laws of you could even add forces in to make it so that lights turned on at the proper times at all the stop, because then you can start affecting stoplights and stuff like that.
Oh, that gets vulgar really quick though.
That's all doable with a computer.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I watched Hackers.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I gotta watch that.
That's a great movie for seeing how technomancer, virtual adepts exist in the world of darkness.
Serial killer.
Literally can't go a year without watching that movie at least 3 times.
I agree. Me too. I love that movie.
Oh man,
my wife hates it.
Yep, so does Tara.
we gotta get together and watch Hackers and SLC Punk soon.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, SLC Punk is like the hollow ones of the 80s.
I've never seen either one.
Oh
man. Yeah, you gotta see those.
We didn't make you watch SLC Punk at least?
Also, 2 very classic Matthew Lillard roles.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then Scooby-Doo actually was perfect for him, even though completely different.
He actually voiced the cartoon, the newer one, for quite a while.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch Scooby-Doo.
I watched like something of it, like this 2 or something. Anyways, moving on.
Let's find out how far off I am here. I've come up with 3 briefcase augmentations that are
Okay.
they're gadgets. Okay. So we got that first one was kind of the affinity detector with correspondence 1 mind 1, and I was thinking that one might have like 2 to 3 uses.
Yep.
And then I have an entropy 1 mind 1 lie detector. It's a single use before charging, and that
Yep.
would be more because that's full. Like it's got sensors, you can strap them up and all that. And then life 1 matter 1, like a really basic medical tricoder.
Ooh.
Can detect common illnesses, assess vitals, give you like an age maybe, but not anything like crazy over the top.
Yeah. I'm almost thinking you don't necessarily need matter. Do you have entropy?
I do have entropy.
That would
I was
probably be a
thinking-
better matter.
Okay.
Would be dealing with the dead stuff. So anything that's dead is considered part of the matter realm.
Okay.
Rocks and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to think if there's any. You could definitely have matter inside of there to detect objects, that foreign objects to the body.
Okay, so like a life matter entropy.
Yep. And then entropy kind of just allows you to see the weaknesses of the human body.
Okay. But yeah, I got those 3.
Yeah, those are nice. Does anybody, real quick, does anybody want to make a gun or any kind of weapon? Because that's the,
if you
or
look at my
what
sheet,
weapons do you have? If you don't have a magical or an advanced science one, do you have a regular pistol?
I put 4 background dots into my dad's gun belt.
Oh, yeah.
So that I kind of feel like we'll flesh it out as we go, but the main thing that I want is I can swap it. There's a switch. It's like a really big dial that goes from it. There's only, well, so far there's only 2 settings, and it's bullets and lasers.
Okay.
And also it's a gun belt, so there's other stuff on it.
Right.
I don't want to. I don't want to make it too overpowered, but also there's an emotional resonance for it. In my backstory, so my father was one of the earliest Technogate Team members. He was like one of the founding members, and this was his gun belt that he used when he went out on missions. And the last mission that he went on, in which he disappeared, my mother stole the gun belt from his locker, and she was gonna like do some enhancements to it and clean it up as a birthday present. And so she's been blaming herself for was it 20 years now for his disappearance, because he didn't have his gun belt on that mission.
You asshole! I was just about to make a joke about that, and then now that she actually does believe it's her fault,
Well, that's what I wrote, but that's what my character thinks, like, because she won't talk about it.
Right.
But yeah, so when I went on my adventure with the werewolves, I took it from her workshop.
She hasn't asked for it back yet, huh?
Nope.
I think she knows.
That'll be an interesting.
Because she's
possibly.
guilty about killing my father.
Yeah, murder. She did it under Nefandi influence. You should lock her up.
Yeah, and I probably have used this gun as part of a killing blow on a Black Spiral Dancer at some point. I haven't.
Okay, so does
out.
the gun belt have a gun that goes with it? I'm guessing then too.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an Art Deco 50s sci-fi gun.
Okay.
But it's like a regular gun, but a little bit stylized. So like regular people would just be like, "That's a weird looking gun," but it's still a gun. It's not like a prop ray gun or anything.
Right.
And in the proper paradigms, I can shoot lasers and it doesn't blow up.
Yep. Okay. So basically, we're looking at what 6 d10. There's 6 dice of damage. I would say, or 8. 8 is up to like assault rifle level. 4 is more regular pistol. So we're looking like full on Magnum would be 6, I believe.
What?
How
So
many
it-
dice of damage it does? When,
Yeah,
Okay.
so that would be, I would roll 6d10, and then it's a number of successes based on the difficulty.
Yep, difficulty 6 standardly for
Yeah.
damage.
Okay, so 6 damage dice, bullets and lasers, I assume?
Yeah, and then lasers can be aggravated damage.
Ooh, I like that. And then there's probably going to be a clip, because it's not infinite ammo.
Right, yep. So, yeah, I'd put in, max maybe 20, I could see, and then...
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see, so 20 round clip. All right, and I'm putting these details in on my character sheet, the gear and notes section in the gear area, in case you want to read it. It's good build.
Should probably put that there then.
Should probably notate that this is the gun part. Oh yeah, they call it retrofuturism. The sci-fi of the 50s.
Okay. I was just gonna do something simple with my weapons. I just want to silence 9mm pistol and a tranquilizer gun.
Okay, my 9mm pistol will then be 4 dice of damage. Can hold, 12, I think, for a clip. Let's see. Have packed up.
Is it
Everything's D10s, so it's just 6 dice of damage.
you said 6 or 4?
Oh, sorry, 4 dice of damage.
Yeah,
For 9mm.
40, 10.
Yep, and then we'll get him more detail about that as well. I don't have access to all of my books right now because of the move.
Triangular.
So that we will look up more details on that, but all that can be pretty simple right now. So Ricky, what about you? Anything specific that you want for a weapon?
I was just trying to dig the books up, but I was going for something pretty simple. I was thinking about trying to be, I don't know, not necessarily as at least actively fighting at the beginning.
Yeah.
He's
Makes
just
sense.
not ready for that.
So I think just a 9mm.
Yeah, something simple like that.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and it's just 4 dice of damage. We'll look into range and stuff like that, but that's not going to be a big issue right now. So we kind of got you guys kind of set up. You guys have been kind of working towards this. Now, have any of you guys done any research into or read the wiki at least on the location you guys are going to?
I missed that one.
I think
Okay.
I've read it.
Amber?
Nope.
Okay, let me just run through this kind of real quick here. So Inventium is the place that you're going to. Basically, this is a realm inside of high space. I'm just going to replace Umbra with space moving forward for you guys. So in high space, there's a alternate dimension that exists out there that basically has all the inventions that have ever been manifest I'm sorry, all the inventions that have ever been really thought of by mankind or dreamed up by mankind end up in this realm. There is a audible popping sound that happens, and then it just gently falls into a pile of different kind of objects and things, and all different sorts of insanity lives here, basically. So in the modern nights, at least, access to Inventium involves locating a nondescript metal footlocker floating in the high umbra. There is a warning scribed on the lid, warning travelers off. Those who disregard the warning and climb into the locker find themselves descending a staircase into Inventium. So Inventium was first discovered in 424 BCE by the mages calling themselves the Sons of Theodias, something like that. Theodiases? I don't know.
That's
can't.
Close.
They recognize what the realm represents, and that none of those actual inventions could be brought back across the gauntlet. So basically, anything that was created here was just here. You could kind of learn from it and use it in the Umbra, but outside of the Umbra, it's completely useless. And there's probably even problems with taking it out of the realm itself, because I'm guessing Inventium has its own gauntlet to get out. So you can't even really use it in the Umbra as much as just use them in Inventium. So long ago, basically, there was basically a group of people that got together and started collecting all of this knowledge and tried to help mankind advance their knowledge, basically. These historians were led by these Herodotus.
Herodotus.
Herodotus. After the formation of the Council of Nine, so you guys really don't need to know about that. So basically, it wasn't until about the 19th century that the Technocratic Union started getting involved. 1895, they built the Hackworth Technological Compilation Facility near the center of the realm. And they've basically been fighting with historians and scavengers ever since for control over the realm. Rather than cataloging and exploiting the technology in Inventium, the technocrats are identifying inventions that violate the goals of consensus and tracking down threats to the timetable for elimination. So basically, they're trying to find any kind of inventions that just are crazy and destroying them, because destroying them in this realm doesn't necessarily stop them from being created in our realm, but it becomes more like a dream than an idea. So if they destroy it, it can fade really easily, and the person probably won't make it moving forward after that.
Some very SCP stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like a wheel shows up every once in a while, like somebody rediscovers it. So I know you don't have your Book of Worlds, but I do. Would you like me to read the Hackworth Technological Compilation Facility entry? It's only 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, go ahead.
And sorry if this messes with your story.
Nope, this is perfect.
Located near the center of the realm of Inventium, the Hackworth construct, named for the iterator who discovered the realm, stands in a clear circle of land. The old-style factory is the only place in the entire realm that is not covered with piles of thingamajigs. The 20-man staff, no women, stationed here includes 10 enlightened technocrats and 10 mundane technicians. 10 more Hitmark 5s, plus a variety of experimental robots and cyborgs, some of which even work, wander the realm searching for scavengers and unwanted visitors. The overworked human staff works diligently to keep the arriving inventions from piling up on their roof and lawn, while the enforcer cyborgs keep us renegades in line. Oh, I'm sorry. This is being written from the perspective of an umbral traveler. Forgot about that. The building itself is a large brick structure surrounded by chain link fences topped with barbed wire. The technocracy has undoubtedly installed various forms of self-monitored security devices. Outsiders who have ventured into the factory's recesses have not returned. An Iteration X statistician named Casey Z1193 runs the facility with customary, if listless, efficiency. The construct's food and goods come through a direct portal from Autochthonia, or from Mecca. No one outside the facility quite knows for sure.
Let's tell us. There's no one.
You're breaking up there, Amber.
Never mind.
All
so
right,
are they
so
prisoners? Because the
No.
way that was described, like, not quite sure. If
Well, they might
wanted them there.
they might have been demoted to this location.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't a fun place to be.
Well, you're also looking at it from the eyes of the enemy, so be aware.
Oh yeah, it's a tradition mage who wrote this.
Don't believe their lies. It's all happy. All of them, of course, want to be there, Amber. God,
Sorry.
why would the technocracy ever do anything to break people's will? Wait a minute. Never mind. I take that back.
Look into this device. It's very pretty.
All right, so any questions for me, anything? So basically at this point, what we're going to be doing is getting you guys to the front of the gate and having you go through the gate. It's just your team. Is there anything that you want to do in that month time from the last time that we were there to the point that we're going to be at once this officially starts for scene 1, which is going to be going through the portal?
As we move forward, can we possibly have the option of retconning a briefing mission that can, give us information about things that we see?
Yeah, so think if there's anything specific that...
You're glitching out.
1 second. Let me see here. Trying to see if I got Is this better?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm trying to think if there's anything specific. The only thing that really hasn't been covered in that you guys would have been researching would have been the where this complex is that you guys are going to be going to. So this is not the only, although not very many people actually even know that there is another complex in or construct inside of Inventium. So this is on the outskirts of the realm, and there is a path that can be taken to get to the complex. There is information regarding the journeys that have been taken in the past to get there and stuff like that. Has reported encounters with tradition mages, has encountered with rogue agents, with Nefandi, with there is a large selection of type of things that you can kind of run into in this area. For the most part, though, about 80% of the journeys there have been pretty mundane. Like, there's, you just go and you probably won't run into anybody. The realm is pretty huge. So there are spirits that do inhabit some of these technological devices, or some of these inventions, but there isn't a whole lot of information the technocracy has on that, as they are more likely to destroy in this realm than to investigate more. So that is an area of investigation that you could also do if you want to learn more. It's possible that might happen to you guys. That is something that does more than running an Afandi tradition mages and other kind of reality deviants. Almost all the mundane or the easy 80% was all weird interactions with inventions going around to them, and possibly attacking them, stuff like that. But it was all pretty simple stuff.
Okay, and remind me, what's our mission again?
You are to deliver the dagger to Maxie. So Maxie is the only scientist that's in the construct, the only person that actually hangs out in this little observatory, or this little factory, basically on the outskirts of the realm. You are to deliver the dagger to her for analyzation, because she has an expertise in Nefandi / deep umbral sciences, basically. Once you get there, you drop off the dagger and you come home.
All right.
You also are going to be given a little small device that has a little button on it. It's a one-use button. It will summon a team of hit marks to you. They are in a warehouse on standby on Earth, but they're not going to activate them unless need be. They don't anticipate you'll need it, but should you need a group of 10 hit marks drop down around you, you have them.
Sounds
Okay.
useful. Makes me feel a little more comfortable with my 9mm. Take that, spirit.
Do we have a Hitmark team member, or is that not happening yet?
Nope, that's the other SG team, or ST team.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. Okay. All right. So where do we start?
All right, if everybody has basically everything that they want, you guys are going to be starting at the foot of the Stargate, or the Technogate, and you can go ahead and walk through, unless you don't want to.
What does it look like when it turns on?
So there's a big giant, so what you see basically before you is like a very partially created sphere with what looks to be almost like a black hole contained inside of it. The contraption actually does move, but there is an easy portal for you to go through, and it can kind of align so that ships and stuff can come through it as well. It stands at 10 stories high, and basically, just kind of like towers in front of you at this point. And you're on like basically a stage that would normally, or not normal, but what you've seen it mostly used for is ship transportation. But you're just using it for a simple jaunt to another realm.
Yeah. Hey Josh,
Terrifying.
are you outside? Because you're glitching a lot.
I'm going to be right back in right now.
Okay. So is this sphere thing like always like 10 stories in diameter, and then they just like change where the gate is?
No, this is basically containing a black hole at all times and is always 10 stories tall. And then when you go through this, you're basically sucked into not really a black hole, more like a wormhole, but it looks very similar. But you basically
That's
just
terrifying.
yes. Basically, this if there was courage, you would have to roll it a little bit for your first jump. But I'm not going to force you guys to have to. Actually, everybody go ahead and if you have even if you have gone through it before, I want everybody at this just one time right here, make a willpower check, difficulty of 6.
Actually, I'm not even sure if I would have been through it.
I don't think you would have been through this.
Yeah. I did
Click
umbral
the
travel,
little die
but
next to the willpower.
What's
Well,
Wait,
yeah. I got a 0. Well, no, I got 1. I got
that?
1.
You got 1 because of our current 10 system. So you're hesitant, but
And that was, you said a 6? Sorry, I just got caught up.
yep, difficulty 6.
Okay. You're just happy to be following orders, huh?
Yeah, typically.
It's like this ain't so bad.
Whatever you say, sir.
As long as I'm not getting fired.
Just don't hurt me.
And so I guess my second question to you would be, how do you guys go into? Do you try and just step in? Do you do like a cannonball? Do you?
well,
I definitely stick my hand in
I
first.
stick a finger in. I'm okay with losing one finger.
Yeah,
You're
like
gonna-
slowly.
you're gonna
put my
steal.
finger-
You're gonna steal the Daniel Jackson move.
I don't know what that
So-
is.
Unlike the Daniel Jackson move, I'm gonna say, because Ricky said first, he stuck his hand in, and you see, so before
I did.
Amber's about to put her finger, like her pinky, into it, and you see him like stick his hand in, and he just like all of a sudden just gets sucked like right into it, and you see him almost like turn into like a spaghetti noodle as he just like gets sucked into the black hole and disappears.
Cool.
Yeah, I've definitely watched people go
Tycho,
into
you're
this.
next.
I've definitely watched people go into this. I used to work here, and my dad was on. Well, I was never around when he was doing it, but as he's about to stick his hand in, I'm like, "Don't do that!" Oh, all right. And I'm like, "Don't worry, Phaedra. It only hurts for like a second. At least that's what I've heard." And I step backwards into it.
So I'm up on the platform alone, staring in horror.
Is General Bridges here to send us off on our first mission?
No,
You'd think there'd be a little bit more fanfare.
So I could just leave. Is what I'm saying.
Fingers out for the night.
I
No,
mean, technically. Oh, who has the knife, by the way?
Guessing Tycho?
I guess Tycho, because
Definitely
yeah,
not me.
You're the
Yeah.
only non you're an actual full technocratic member. These guys are probationary.
so I'm gonna go through, but it's gonna take me like 30 seconds of like pacing up and down the walk to amp myself up to get through there.
You hear over the intercom, "It's perfectly safe."
Fuck you, you're not going. And then I go through.
All right, so all of you feel your entire body basically be crushed in a nanosecond. So within a nanosecond, you feel all of the horror and pain of death and destruction and mayhem, and just your entire nervous system basically screams out at you and then stops. And when you come out the other end, so Ricky comes out first, and he just comes shooting out with his hand, like,
Superman.
first, almost Supermaning, out of this thing, and just lands flat on his. Actually, make a athletics check, dexterity plus athletics, difficulty of 6.
I can find. There it is. You said dexterity plus athletics?
Yep.
Difficulty 6.
Okay. So you land, but you're able to catch, with your hand. Your face doesn't get smashed or anything like that. You're able to kind of gracefully make the landing, but you don't, Chuck Norris it, or Jackie Chan. Anyways, next came through was Mike, or Tycho, and Tycho comes through backwards. Also make a dexterity plus athletics check. And you step through with like a pro. Not a problem.
I stepped through backwards too.
Backwards, yep. So yeah, you just come back out, come out the other side, and both of you do have like your entire body is in shock right now. So I'm gonna wait just a little bit because Amber waited a little bit. So both of you go ahead and roll stamina checks. Difficulty of 8.
Straight stamina.
Just straight stamina.
Damn it. So when I get shot out, the reason I went backwards is because I heard it from an older guy to do that, because you get like, you can either run or you can slide when you get shot out, and so I was ready to like slide backwards. So I did it right. I'm pretty proud of myself. And then when I feel my nervous system light on fire, I'm just like, ah! Whoa! Oh! Oh boy.
So it looks like Robert got 0, so you're basically paralyzed for a little while here.
And I'm sitting there basically realizing
You still
that
have your arm
if
out.
this is just the first step to like getting here, I'm starting to wonder what people were seeing that I was helping them with, because I'm like already like, oh Jesus Christ, send me home.
I walk over to Robert's prone form and flip him over on his back and pull out the pills that they gave me, and say, like, yeah, this'll help with the disorientation. And I just open his mouth and drop one in, close it.
All right.
And take one myself, and then and I position myself to catch Phaedra when she pops out. I'm like, okay.
All right, Phaedra, go ahead and roll difficulty of 6 dex plus athletics.
3 successes.
All right. Phaedra comes through and doesn't even need your help at all. Just kind of like walks through it like a pro, comes out the other side. Stamina check. Difficulty 8.
Wait, was that stamina check a difficulty 8 for us too?
Yeah. You technically would have failed too, but whatever.
Stamina
You only have
1?
You only have stamina 1?
That's not right. Hold on. Yeah, stamina 1.
Well, you're not fit for this shit. But so you come out, the other side, you make it, you were able to walk out, and as soon as you start walking, you just like slowly just fall to the ground, or not fall to the ground, you fall into actually getting caught by Tycho, because
yeah, and I slowly like lower her to the ground next to Robert. I'm just, and here's yours. Drop it in her mouth.
I've regained some control, but I've just kind of assumed the fetal position.
Yeah.
So the room that you guys are in currently has, I just want to really quickly give you kind of an idea of where you are, is small, kind of gate portal, like more, standard size, not starship size, portal that you kind of came through as more looking similar to like Stargate's gate, not the crazy thing that you guys fucking came through. There's basically it's just a open white, well, not white, kind of metallic shipping area where it has like people and hit marks and stuff moving inventory around. You see a huge belt that kind of has a bunch of different items on it, and you see it like in one area, a bunch of items get smashed, and it actually smashes some of them so that it's completely destroyed. But if it doesn't get destroyed there, then it moves on to like getting incinerated, and then it moves beyond that to a laser getting shot at it, and then the very like last thing that it kind of goes through is getting shot into a black hole. And there's just boxes and boxes of this shit just getting smashed, incinerated, lasered, and then thrown into a black hole.
Wow, I've only seen pictures of this thing.
The hit marks and everybody kind of doesn't react to you at all. There is a man that walks up to you. He's in a blue suit, the blue top hat on, or not top hat, kind of just fedora type kind of.
Can it be
hat.
a top hat?
It can be it'll be a top hat. I said top hat.
Thank you.
I notice him and I try scrambling up to my feet, super embarrassed.
I'm like,
He's got a cane and a monocle.
top of the morning to ya.
Top of the morning to you, and he twirls his gray mustache.
Under my breath, I'm like, oh shit, I was joking.
Kind of leans on his cane, and he's like, "Oh, I heard that you that you three were coming through these ways.
Yeah.
Need anything from the fine establishment here before we send you along your way?"
Yeah. Well, we're Technogate 42C. Is it 42C or just 42?
42 is what you are, but you're located in 42 section 42C.
Okay. Was that just a coincidence? Never mind.
Maybe. Do you believe in coincidences?
I have entropy 1, so no. Yeah, so we're supposed to deliver this item to... what's her name again?
Maxie?
Maxie. Yeah, so we're supposed to deliver this item to Maxie. Were we given a map?
Yeah, basically you guys have a map like display, or basically you were given a PDF.
Okay. Were we told about this guy?
I was gonna say I wasn't expecting a welcoming party.
No, well, you were told that you would be, probably greeted by somebody, but, unless you had any need for them, you were just to leave.
Yeah. Let's see. So on my PDF map here, it says this is the Destructo room, or Destructo hut.
Well, yes.
Is that right?
So
this is where you dispose of all the terrible inventions.
Absolutely, everything that would try to tarnish the timeline that we have constructed so effortlessly.
Indeed. Yes.
Noble work, sir.
Would you like a tour of the facility? And he kicks up his cane, and kind of waves it around.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Do we really have time, you guys? I thought we were supposed to.
We've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
1 second. Can you put his character sheet up? Because I don't remember his name at all. And
If you look at the dice rolls, it's should be in there.
Robert Kell.
there we go. Okay, never mind.
Bobby K. Oh shit! I just realized my initials are TV.
Aww. What's your middle initial?
Mine's PB, like PB and J.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a middle name.
All right. So, one of the things he does, so he kind of like, oh, follow me, and he's like, so by the way, why are you guys visiting Inventium? It's not very often that we get any guests, and most are come to the facility. It seems that you guys are going beyond the facility.
Yeah, we're going to see Maxie. Isn't she in the facility?
No, she exists on the outskirts of the realm.
Oh.
Test.
There is a direct road you probably were given, but we haven't visited Maxie in over 10 years now.
And we're still sure that she's out there?
Is there anybody in communication with Maxie?
From our base, no. I'm guessing that, and you guys are given you guys were given the information that she was notified that you were going to be coming, so it's not going to be a surprise or anything. She's excited to meet you and to see this crazy dagger that you have.
Anybody in 10 years.
Oh. So
Oh no, we're her first guest in 10 years.
so you guys haven't been in contact with her.
Oh no, that crazy bitch.
Oh. Well, we were told in our briefing that she's expecting us, so she must be in contact with someone.
Oh yes, I'm sure she keeps in contact with the technocracy, of course. And this is one of the rooms that we have over here, by the way, that is interesting in that this is where we find some of the most not dangerous, how do I put it? Stupid ideas, and you just kind of see some of like bikes with like 7 wheels on them, and like just things that we don't want to destroy them per se, but we found a room for prosperity, and it's like about 50 stories tall and about just more than the eye can see, just filled with just crazy kooky crap. We do surf through this every once in a while to see what we can find that would potentially be dangerous, but most of this has been categorized as plainly, I guess, stupid. But yes, you were saying that, so it sounds like Technogate has contact with her. That's interesting. I didn't know that...
I wanted to ask, I noticed you didn't seem to be quite a fan of her. What's your history with Maxie?
Oh, well, her and our complex here have had a history of disagreements regarding the well-being of Inventium. She has quite a thirst for knowledge that most among here don't appreciate. We prefer to destroy that which is dangerous, and she seems to want to toy with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had squabbles with her over the decades.
I mean, is she? We don't have to worry about anything, right?
Oh, well, I mean, I would always say keep your ears closed and your eyes open when being around her would probably be the safest for your mind and body.
Does she give off some sort of psychic vibrations that will affect our ears? Should we be wearing some sort of sound dampening device?
No, but the shit that spews out of her mouth can be quite
oh, I see.
Quite disgusting, and
I definitely misinterpreted that one.
reaching the level of a reality deviant, if you ask me.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Do you happen to know which convention she's from? I assume Iteration X, but
No, she was sent by the Void Engineers.
Oh, she is a void engineer. Okay.
Yeah, she built an observatory. What a crazy woman.
Wants to observe this garbage.
Don't ask me.
Well, I guess we'll ask her. You mentioned something about perhaps some sort of assistance you might be able to give? Like if we needed
Well,
anything?
I was just wondering, food, lodging, anything that that you need. We're here to facilitate. We haven't had guests in quite a while. It's not often that the Technocracy sends anybody here. We've done quite a good job of keeping up with the garbage, and the historians are well in check. Make sure to report that back to your leadership, how well we have done here. I'm sure you won't run into any of them. The Nefandi problem was cleaned up long ago.
Yes.
And,
No, we in our briefing we read the reports that you've sent quite frequently. In fact, there were binders full of them. Very thorough. Very thorough. But
Oh,
anyway, yeah, we brought all our stuff with us, and we've got rations. So I think we could just probably, if you show us to the door, we've got a map and everything. And unless there's more on the tour.
Oh yes, I could definitely take you around a little bit more here and show you.
Spent enough time, guys, don't you? I mean, we're supposed to be running a mission here, not just
Down, Robert.
exploring.
Yeah,
Took
well,
me a second to get back to being acclimated. Let's chill out for a second before we jump into the
I just want to
beyond.
get out of here. This place is not right.
Okay.
really, this place is cool. Out there, where all the inventions fall out of the sky. That's not right.
But out there is here.
Here, there's a roof. And there's a tour. I want
All right.
at least a little bit of the tour.
And since we're being so rude, we didn't even ask the gentleman his name.
Actually, we should retcon that. He would have introduced himself as William the Third.
Well, it is wonderful to meet you, William III. May I shake your hand?
Yeah, and he extends his hand.
Cool. Is there
Look away.
like is there like any like dander or anything on his sleeve that I might be able to pluck accidentally?
Make a stealth plus dexterity check, and I will make a roll here.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty of 7.
3 successes.
Okay. 10s.
That doesn't sound good.
1, 2, 3, 4. As you pluck a small hair, he's got plenty of them on his hand. That just like even on his wrist, that kind of like go down a little bit. They're all old and gray and easy to pluck out. But as you go to pluck it, he snags your hand and kind of like slides back and grabs the hair back, but doesn't say anything.
Okay.
I suppose if I'm stuck on this tour, I'd love to ask him a little more detail about how long do they rotate shifts, or are they all here for like the long term?
Well, there is also some time differentials that can happen inside of this realm that we've kind of set up as well to help with our sanity to a certain degree, to slow things down here while things speed up outside to a certain degree of getting things into here. But for the most part, yeah, we're here for an assignment, and when we have finished, we get to go home. But for the most part, we're in here for the long haul. This is our home. Mostly hit marks. There's a small staff of us that have created a family here. This is our realm to protect.
Well, that's cool. Time to go.
I myself come from the syndicate and have, financed this area for the last, I believe we're going on 75 years now.
That's a long time.
But by the way, what are you doing visiting her?
Oh, wait, we already told you that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the rest of that is classified.
Yeah, we're bringing her a thing.
Are you
mission.
serious?
I literally told him before.
Well, I was just wondering, it's just interesting what you would bring. I just was wondering if you would be able to divulge anymore, but I understand if it's a secret.
Oh, the Void Engineers, when we find a thing, they have a list of people with expertises, and she was on the list, and so we're bringing it to her. She's gonna scan it or some such thing.
Okay.
So what's the next room on the tour?
The next area that I was going to show you was the intake room.
Yeah, we probably only got one room left on our timeline here.
Oh, okay. So he takes you into a large intake room that's basically just almost like a giant warehouse with a giant warehouse door with hit marks, just carrying in tons of shit, conveyor belts, bringing in stuff. You see other robots and some crazy inventions as well seem to also be working. And not crazy actually, I would say the most sane inventions of androids and stuff like that that can do manual labor, and even some war bots and stuff like that, and a lot of inventions for carrying and packaging stuff is this whole room is just filled with, some of it's really efficient and some of it's extremely inefficient, but it all needs to be done because as you look outside, you just see objects just boop, boop, boop.
So I see you've repurposed some of the items that have popped into existence here to aid you in your the stuff that you do here.
Yes, absolutely. At this rate, the amount of items that are coming into the realm and the amount that we can destroy is limited mainly by our capacity to bring them into here. Most of them are easily destroyed and are easily just thrown into the. And he shows you opens up a door and there's a furnace room that just has one of the conveyor belts going straight into it and just goes right into this furnace. Is the other room that you saw has very specially designed destruction methods that may be required for some of them.
I see that. Well, cool. We're gonna have to leave the rest of the tour for when we get back. That was pretty good, though.
Pick your brain at a different time, but unfortunately, we have a very important mission that we're on here.
So if you could show us where the door is.
Yes. I can definitely assist you with that. Not a problem. He takes you and shows you off to, or actually he's well, we can have you exit right here, actually, if you would like. This is a main entrance in and out, the main one that you will probably want to use.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
No way. You You guys did not just do that.
Yep, it happened.
So, so you guys head out into the land of invention pops. So basically, there's just mounds and mounds and paths that have been kind of made that are still littered with shit. You kind of always have to look out for the other the newly invented caltrop, otherwise known as 4-dice sided dice or Legos or whatever.
Do we have to be like watching our heads this whole time for stuff like falling?
Yeah, every once in a while there might be a possibility of getting hit, but it's almost more like lightning. But it's like lightning that's going all the time. So yeah.
Can we calibrate some sensors to maybe like give us a warning beep?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are they dropped from fixed locations, or are they random every time?
Go ahead and make correspondence rolls. So first thing is what are you physically doing to gather this information?
Okay. I pull my laser array off of my gun belt and set it up. And use correspondence and entropy. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Okay. Anybody else want to add to that?
I start going through my records on my laptop because I'm assuming that they kind of track everything that pops in here. And they might not know what it is, but they at least track like the popping of it. And I start trying to have my laptop build like a model to try and predict the patterns of where things drop more frequently and that kind of thing.
Okay, and what spheres are you using?
That would be entropy and entropy, correspondence, and time.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like the addition of time. Go ahead and Amber, are you doing anything?
Nope.
Okay. So go ahead and I want both of you to roll your Arete, difficulty of 4.
Do you want us to do a dice pool first with like intelligence technology or we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or no. Well, if you want to add a skill onto it, you can argue it. So
essentially, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up my my tricorder to beep if something like suddenly appears above me. So I'm gonna have a sensor module attached to my helmet.
Okay, and I'm trying to plot the best path down this road.
Okay, and so what are the 2 skills that you're thinking would be the best to match these?
So I was going to do intelligence technology.
Okay, I would agree with that.
And investigation technology because I was using records.
I would say investigation intelligence.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and roll those first. Difficulty of 6. Every success brings the difficulty down by 1. So you will be at your starting base difficulty right now is 4, and you can bring it down to 3 basically. So, but both of you will be doing your individual things, not doing a collaborative work from the sounds of it at this time.
I said that was difficulty 6.
So difficulty 6 on the ability roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 4 successes, so my ret roll goes to 3.
Yep, 3 with a bunch remaining. If you fuck up and stuff like that, you can.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right, so you bring it down 1, which is all that you need. So roll Arate difficulty of 3.
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
oh,
Success.
Well,
Okay.
I think I have a sensor that is going to beep if something's about to fall on me.
Well, hold on. So you rolled I see the difficulty was not 3 on that. The difficulty must have been higher set for you because I see a 1 and a 7. So you got 0 successes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 0.
Oh, okay. So you didn't botch, but you know that it didn't work.
Oh, I know. That. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It just so in the time that you guys have spent right now, he got 1 success. So you're starting to figure it out. You can kind of track where things will fall. And then Tycho is still working on even getting his started, really.
Can I just reroll at difficulty 4?
Yep, and you can continue. If you fail, it's +1 difficulty. You can also do the ability roll again, but once again, you're taking up more time. If you just do Arate rolls, it's much quicker.
So I'm just gonna slap it and be like, "Come on, work." 2.
Okay. So both of you have like a small detector basically kind of going right now. Enough definitely I don't think we need a lot of successes to kind of ward off getting hit in the head.
I just wanted the peace of mind, So now that I've got a high level idea of, these pockets seem to be hit more often, so we'll want to move quickly through there.
Yeah, and I mean one of the major indicators is you definitely see there is some kind of pattern because there's piles. So there's it seems to come down in one spot and then trickle down from there until it piles up.
So got kind of the timing on that as well. So hopefully that combined with his sensor.
There's definitely a level of randomization that can never be figured out totally, but definitely there is a very high level probability of not getting hit in the head with the way that you're doing it.
Yeah. So the sensor that I made, it's on like a strap. So I'm not actually wearing a helmet. So it straps underneath my chin, and it's like a cylinder of metal, and it like pulsates red light. And then if something's about to fall on me, it blares an alarm that goes just like.
that's gonna be annoying. Stand next to Robert.
Yeah. No, one of my flaws is compulsion. Make it loud.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys can head down the path. Things are pretty easy at first. There's just odd contraptions here and there. Some things look like interesting inventions. Others look normal. Some look completely wacky out of your mind. But pretty much use your imagination. And there doesn't seem to be very much danger feeling around you at this point. Things are kind of going pretty smoothly. Is anybody wanting to go dig into inventions, or is there a possibility of something really catching your eye that would make you stop and want to go check it out?
Probably.
Ooh. Shit.
You know it.
I'm only keyed into clues about my dad. So
okay.
I've looked at all the old pictures of him, so I know exactly what his stuff looks like. So I'm looking at stuff and being like, does it look like something that maybe he had?
Okay, interesting.
But other than that, no, I'm not gonna. I'm on mission.
Okay, I think we're gonna start with that real quick. I want you to make a perception plus alertness check, difficulty of 9.
Kind of hope I fail this. Damn it.
3 successes. So with 3 successes, you are walking along, everything is going smooth, and you see off the corner of your eye a notebook, and it has it is your father's notebook that was destroyed long ago, that had lots and lots of information. It was a notebook he'd been keeping ever since he was a kid, gathering up information about the supernatural, and it was destroyed on one of his missions back when he was in his 30s.
Okay, I'll go and pick it up.
Okay. So you pick it up, and it is I'm guessing you start paging through it.
Yeah, unless there's like a rune of warding on it or something.
Doesn't seem to be. Just seems to be like a normal notebook. This seemed to be, maybe before he would get into the point of, really magicking up such a thing. Or teching it up, I guess. And he kept it kind of simple for specific reasons and stuff like that. But you see in here, there's a bunch of pages that are just kind of melted off text, basically. Like the text is kind of like fades off. You can kind of start reading it, but then like a dream, you forgot what you were reading and the text just kind of melts before you. But a lot of the things that stay inside of the notebook are different kind of designs that he had for different devices and different kind of inventions that he was coming up with.
Okay, this is ridiculous. I don't even think this item should, like, I'm flipping through this going like, how is this even in this realm? Like, I mean, somebody invented this type of notebook at some point, but why are my dad's actual notes in here? Maybe I invented this in my mind? I'm like freaking out to myself. I'm like, I don't get this realm. This realm doesn't make sense.
I kind of notice, and I kind of walk over to see what he's looking at, because he doesn't look like he's doing his hot. What'd you find there? I'm pretty sure we should leave this stuff alone, man.
First of all, this realm fucking belongs to the technocrats. You saw that place that we were in. We get to touch whatever we want. Second of all, I don't know the rules here. I thought it was only like devices that people came up with. But like, check this out. I think this is my dad's notebook. It looks weird inside.
That's crazy.
Yeah, here, no, take a look at it. And I hand it to him.
I mean, sure, it's a notebook, and it seems to have a lot in it. How do you know this is your dad's, though?
I mean, I recognize some of the drawings.
That's I don't know what to say about that. That's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, unless I'm under some sort of
Did
probability.
your dad come here before that you know of?
I mean, I'm sure he's been here at some point. He went on like 3,000 missions or something. It's like he was a really important
quite the guy.
person. Yeah, no, he's pretty famous. You probably know his name.
I probably don't.
You've never heard of Buck Samsonite?
Yeah, I forgot his name. But
He was the main character in that 80s movie, right?
Well, I mean, that guy was based on my dad. Yeah.
The person.
What?
Have a kid in that movie. Are you pulling my chain?
No, my dad is Buck Samsonite, like the real Buck Samsonite.
Okay. So you have Buck Samsonite's notebook in your hand right now?
I mean, yeah, it looks like it.
I don't know what to say about that. Phaedra, can you help out here? he thinks he found his dad's.
down.
He thinks he found his dad's notebook.
I feel like a mom in a toy store. Put it down.
Whatever.
I
No,
don't
it
have
doesn't
any
matter.
money.
First of all, I'm keeping it. Shut up. Well, okay, so no. We can figure this out right now.
No.
No.
We were told not to bring anything, right? Not to touch shit.
Okay.
That's what I tried saying.
Here's the thing. It was in the briefing. If you try to take an invention out, it disappears. Because the stuff that's in here is made of, like, ephemera or ether or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But if
How
it's
about this?
But like if I drop a real object in here, it's still a real object. I can take it back out. So I'm just going to keep this, and if it survives when we leave, then it's real. Is that fine?
Okay.
I
Sure.
can't argue with that logic.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just fucking drop the subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not persnickety.
My dad was a real person. Okay.
Are you sure?
It's real, I swear.
I definitely remember meeting him when I was like 4 and 5 years old. I have several memories of him.
Good job.
That my parents never got married. That's why I don't have his last name.
Ooh.
It was quite the scandal at the time, but I don't want to talk about it.
You just about it. No one even asked you for that information.
Stop hounding me. Look,
All right.
let's just keep going.
I think we got someone waiting for us, guys.
Okay.
We can talk about this later if the notebook is still there when we get back. We do have to talk about this.
I'm taking it with me.
Yeah, and if it doesn't disappear when we go back,
I get it.
We will talk about it.
We are going to have a talk about this.
We're going to have to report it to somebody. Right?
Yeah,
I don't
of
really
course.
care. It's fine. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. When we get back, I get to teach you guys how to write mission reports. Boom.
No.
That's your job.
They're electronic, right?
I'm just an outsourced person. You handle the paperwork. We good. My character would most definitely be searching around because, again, she is a
as you're telling him to put
nut.
stuff down.
Yeah, because it's not stuff that I want. So, Josh, do I see anything?
Go ahead and make a perception plus alertness check.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 8.
Yeah, no, I don't see a thing.
Okay. Yep. So kind of looking and it just is so much to take in. It's hard to really analyze a pile without really digging into it. This is shit on top of shit. But there might be some golden gems in there, but you just don't know. And like you guys do know, it's not very useful until, unless you want to figure out how to reinvent it.
Right.
So you guys continue onward, no problems really. Notebook stays in your pocket. You've got the dagger, walking along. Everything seems to be going great. You're about halfway through. At this point, you guys are starting to get hungry, a little bit tired. There seems to be no sunlight, you don't really know where the sun is, but there's this sunlight always pouring down onto you, and these mounds aren't doing very, it seems like there seems to be light everywhere in this realm, more than just, there's no shadows really, so it just is beating down on, but it's a dry heat, so it's not too bad. But you're just going through. Are you guys want to take a break, or do you guys want to try and power through?
I got trail meds.
Yeah, I've got a pouch full of meal
Encouraging
replacement
everyone to
pills.
snack while they walk, because I want to get out.
Yeah, we keep
right.
going.
Go ahead and roll stamina, difficulty of 4.
Oh no. My worst trait.
Yeah.
Difficulty 8?
4.
4. I was like, okay.
It's like Mike got 1. It's like so Tycho got 1 success.
I got
Failure
2.
from Ricky. You got a. Oh no, you did get that. It does calculate that, right? Never mind. So
Yeah.
2, 0, and
I got 2.
you do not have 5 in your stamina.
Yeah, what the hell? Hold on.
One of the main things here, we're just going to see if you botch or not. But you definitely do need to stop if you want to stop for Ricky. Robert just can't hack this right now. It's
I'm
psychologically getting to him, but physically getting to him. Actually, Ricky or Robert, make a. I want you to make a straight willpower check. Difficulty of 6.
I could give him a pep talk.
I think it's,
There it is. Difficulty is 6, you said?
Yep. Okay.
Oof. Alright.
So your mind isn't totally fucked from all the things that are going on here. You're just physically. You can spend a willpower point and keep on going if you want.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
would you like some of my nutrient bar?
Yes, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Here you go.
How do I spend a willpower point? Do I just check that box?
Yep. Just check a box, and you gain back willpower by fulfilling your nature. Which there's a section if you once you when you have you look up your nature, it'll have a little section on how to gain back willpower using it. Every day that you sleep, you gain back a willpower point, or you can spend a willpower point but not gain back a willpower point to not sleep that night. So if you have a willpower of 10, you can technically stay up for 10 days, but after that you'll be catatone and probably also have a lot of mental and physiological issues.
So being a conformist, that means that I gain willpower by our party succeeding by my help?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Welcome to Easy Street.
I helped.
I get a willpower. I get a willpower. I get a willpower. I'm spending a willpower. I'm spending a willpower. Those conformists, man, they are really strong of will with the way that they do their things, and it's a very simple way of life. They conform.
Just, don't have the self-esteem.
They are the perfect worker bees.
All right, so you guys continue on. You guys are about 3/4 of the way through at this point. You guys pushed on and didn't have to take a break or camp or anything. This is, a pretty crazy realm. You've been out here for what feels like a day, but according to all of your times, has been about 3 hours or so. It's about a 4-hour trip, from your understanding. So you're just about to get there. There's, it's just continuous piles upon piles of crap. There doesn't seem to be really a distinguishable landscape. Really, you're just using your maps and your devices to get you to where you're kind of going. And after a little while, you start hearing something different. Everybody go ahead and make a perception plus alertness.
Difficulty.
6. Okay, so Robert, you really aren't able to pay attention. You're just happy to keep on moving forward. You're focusing on that. But both Phaedra and Tycho, off in the distance, you can hear something rummaging or coming closer through the piles of stuff, and seems to be like knocking them over. It almost sounds like it's just like a distant rumble that's getting closer and closer, and it's not like all at one time. It's not like footsteps. It's just like you hear like the piles are being pushed over while something's moving past it.
So something very big.
can I activate my... the fuck did I call it? Dimensional cloaking device.
So that you become part of the... seem like you're more of an inhabitant. Absolutely.
Okay, so I pull out a... it looks like a set of rubber bands that with hooks, so bungee cords, and I one around my chest and one around each leg, and they emanate the umbral aura, so other spirits of the realm think I'm one of them.
So what he just told you guys is that he cloaked himself.
Yeah, no, I
Now
know
you're all
what the fuck I did.
Sorry, I didn't bring any. I
Enough
didn't.
for the class.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm gonna use my portable X-ray to see if I can get a glimpse of what the hell is coming at us.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a... for this, I'm going to just have you roll Arate, if you're going to be using just correspondence to kind of...
Yeah, correspondence in life. So I'm trying to differentiate just the individual behind all the rubble.
Okay.
While she does that, I am going to try and climb to the top of a pile and see if I can get a look around.
Okay. So Amber, go ahead and roll Arate, difficulty of 4.
I'm just peering over your shoulder, terrified.
Pull out that mundane gun of yours.
Whatever it is, it's probably not alive. This is what you get, Amber.
Shit, what should I
Fuck.
do?
But
See that?
laser gun's not gonna do jack all right now.
And then go ahead and roll Perception plus Alertness, difficulty of 6.
Is that for Amber?
Yeah, just Robert and Tycho.
Wait, so I don't have to?
No, you're not going to be seeing what's going on. You just did an analyzation of whatever the fuck that thing was, and you're like, this is not a living creature, or whatever it is. Like, I would get something.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to climb to the top of a pile.
Yep. So that's why I want you to do the Perception plus Alertness.
Oh.
I suppose to get up it.
Yeah, I
that's
was
a
gonna
good
say.
point. Dexterity plus Athletics, difficulty of 6.
Ignore my last roll then.
Nice. So that should give me a bonus on my perception alertness.
Oh no, it won't get you a bonus, but it'll... Yeah, I guess we could go the route of a bonus.
I mean, even if it's just one.
So
It's big enough.
Ricky doesn't make it up, but this will definitely allow you to get there, and I'll tell you what, I'll bring the difficulty down to 5. So roll Perception Alertness 5. All right.
Nice.
So,
Didn't help.
4 successes. You look over and, you're seeing, be probably about, I'm going to say 200 yards away, standing at about maybe 20 feet tall, is what looks very similar to a fucking sentinel. Straight out of Stan Lee comic books. If you don't know what a sentinel looks like, it is a big giant humanoid robot with laser blasters for hands and the ability to fly and analyze and find mutants and kill them.
What?
Have you not watched the X-Men cartoon from the 90s?
Nope.
God damn it.
Oh man.
It's
well.
It's 1998, Phaedra.
Yeah. Hello, this is me under the rock that I live under.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so I see that, and I go back down the pile, and
It's in between you and where you're going, by the way, and heading towards you.
It's heading towards us.
Yes.
Fuck.
Is it detour
As you come
time?
down the pile.
Is it time to
Also,
go?
with the successes that you got, it's searching. It's like pushing a pile over and then scanning, and then moving forward, and then pushing a pile over and scanning, and not finding what it's looking for, and continuing.
Okay. I don't know what it's looking for. I hope it's not us. But we should run at a 90-degree angle from its path. See if we can avoid it. What do you guys think?
Whatever it is, it's not human. So I have no combat ability whatsoever. I agree with you. It's time to go.
Okay. It's just a big fucking robot.
The more distance we can put between us and that, the better.
All right.
Robert, can you scan its search pattern and give us an optimal path?
Yeah, definitely. Let me get on that.
Can I help you? I've got a TI-860 calculator. It's
You know,
it's the newest model
if-
out of Q Division.
if if we use my computer's processing power, we might be able to get your calculator going a little extra there. And I'm pretty sure I can program this in so that it runs simultaneously. We could do this in half the time.
Cool.
All right. So I want you guys to both roll an intelligence plus technology roll. Difficulty of 8.
Can I argue that because this is a bit of an action-y sequence, that I roll wits instead of intelligence?
I agree 100%.
Awesome. Extra die.
Dang, I thought you were going to argue for less dice, but okay.
One day I will.
It's a difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8, yep. Oh,
No way!
Geico.
Holy shit.
You don't even need your help.
That's 6 successes.
And you helped.
All right, go ahead and both of you roll Arete at a difficulty of 3. Or Enlightenment, or whatever the hell you guys want to call your stupid shit.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
I spend
That's
a willpower
botch.
to not double
That's
botch.
a double botch.
I spend a
No,
willpower.
you can spend a willpower to not double botch. You're still gonna botch though.
I will spend a willpower to not double botch.
Okay, because that does count in my games. The more botches, you get 12 botches, there's gonna be some bad shit happening.
Fucking 2 1s. God damn it.
So,
Your scan immediately
It's
sets
because
off
that's
robot.
6 plus. That's
so
6
pretty
plus.
much, you see him like he gets on the calculator. He's like really, timing it perfectly with you, keeping up with your machine, no problem. Like he's basically being a supercomputer and is, using his brain and his TI, and he's, calculating it all out, and he hits the enter key and goes shit, and all of a sudden the calculator kind of just malfunctions, and you can see like an emanation just appear, like a burst of radiation or burst of like light, kind of like shoots out of it in like a ball and just kind of like goes throughout the entire thing and just kind of waves over the land. And the robot immediately goes whoop, and you see like a red like swipe come across where you guys are. But like it's getting blocked by a bunch of the other things, so he still has to make it to you, but you can see that the red thing is now searching right in this area, and you can you hear, no, you don't hear anything. Well, actually, everybody make perception plus alertness check. Difficulty of 9, because this is really far off, but if you can hear this, you only need 1 success.
Yeah, I didn't hear a fucking thing.
All right. When my calculator blows up, I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot to replace the batteries!
So you gain 1 point of paradox from that.
Noise.
All right, Amber, you think you heard something completely different than what I'm going to be saying. Go ahead and make up whatever you want. I trust you. But you heard something completely different. But what Tycho hears is targets identified, or target residents identified, verifying target.
All right, we need to run. He's targeting us.
Yeah. I slammed my briefcase shut, and I'm like already trying
Yeah,
to move.
I heard whatever he said wrong. It's fine. I see red lights. Let's go.
So before I said there was, it wasn't footsteps. It was just the trembling of falling towers. That's changing now. T-Rex is now coming after you, and you hear it pounding, like just the ground just shaking as it started slow. Put a glass of water out. You could maybe see the trembling. And then of course the loud smashing of piles, and he's going through a pile like a second. So it's like boom, boom, every step is basically like 30 steps for you. And you can hear him coming. He's probably at this point, he was about 200 yards away. He's about 100 yards at this point away from you
Just
guys.
chanting
Holy shit.
constantly. I hate you, Tycho. I hate you so goddamn much. This is bullshit. Also, who has the dagger? Give it to me.
I've got my briefcase in one hand, and I'm fumbling to try and get my pistol out as I'm
The
running
dagger,
after
give
you
it
guys.
to me. We have to split up. It's fine. I already have you in my database. I can find you later.
I think that's such a good idea.
Yeah, it's better than all three of us getting caught at the same time.
If only I had just a little time
50 yards.
to run something through my
Give me
computer.
the dagger. We don't have time.
Okay, I hand her the box with the dagger. I'm like, okay, you run that way. Robert, you run that way. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to shoot this fucker.
Take
And-
off.
I will remember you.
You guys are about to split, like straight out of the comic books. The guy comes, he's coming up on you, and 2 more drop right in front of you. So you have 1 for each of you, facing you down, and has like the hand blaster out, and a scan hits all of you, and it says targets identified, verified, eliminate.
Oh no.
And just as, and I haven't heard anybody going for the button yet, but if anybody was even going to go for just as you're starting to react
I
to
forgot about
this.
the button.
I forgot about the button.
I was really surprised. I thought you guys were going to pull the button out at that point. But just as, you guys are about to react to this, there you hear like a sound of a motorcycle off in the distance, and plowing over the piles of crap is an Akira-like bike with a dude with a biker helmet, jet black outfit, leather jacket, leather gloves, complete jet black outfit, no identifying marks on it whatsoever. But the bike is is completely identifiable as Akira's bike from
It's
Kaneda's bike
Kaneda.
or Kaneda's bike from Akira.
Canada!
Canada!
Tetsuo!
And he's wielding some kind of, almost looks like a force saber, like a lightsaber, force katana type kind of looking weapon, and just slices the heads off of all 3 of them, and lands the bike down, and all 3 of them just topple over.
Just drop to my knees, clutching my briefcase and kind of mumbling.
Does he
Marry me?
Does he land near us? Is he just
Yeah, he lands approximately 20 feet away from you guys, kind of slides the bike over, and you see everybody make a perception plus awareness check.
I'm like, Dad?
Difficulty.
Difficulty of 6.
I
3
got
successes.
2.
He's scanning you with his bike helmet.
Okay.
But he's not saying anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, after that shit show, I ain't either.
All right.
I start scrambling to attach my device that, reads people's feelings about things.
How does it feel about that bike? No.
Yeah, no, I should be
Oh yeah,
looking
no,
at
that
my
was only
portable
for
X-ray.
like objects, not for people.
Yeah, mine's for people. I'm gonna use my portable X-ray and see if I can get a look at what's under that helmet.
Okay. Go ahead and roll Arate difficulty, or yeah. At this point, you're not really going to be able to. You'd have to spend too much time. But a quick snapshot you can try and get with an Arate roll difficulty of 4. 1 success, it looks like. 1 success. Yep. Okay, so with 1 success, you are able to kind of like see that there's definitely magical protection or special technology being employed by that helmet that's you're not going to be able to penetrate it without a lot of successes.
Can I scan him to see if his bike is made of the same stuff as the Inventiums in this realm, or if it's from outside?
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
I'm just gonna do a ret, difficulty 6, I assume.
For this, I'm
There
going
it
to
is.
do difficulty 5. It'd be level 2.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Start digging through the archives and mission reports and stuff from people that have come here before to see if he's referenced at all.
1 success on my scan.
Okay. So I would say on your scan, you're starting to get back that you're not 100%, but he seems to be, the whole thing seems to him and the bike itself seem to be not of this realm.
Okay. That's what I expected, so that's good. I mean, AFK for a minute.
Okay.
I can listen.
I'm also going to take a break here. Let's go ahead and actually take since we're going to be going for about 45 minutes, probably a little bit longer if you guys are still up for it. Let's take a good 5-minute break here. Maybe a little bit longer if you want, but I think that'll be a good stopping point, and then we'll pick up commercial break.
Yeah. I've been listening to Critical Role. They call it Bio Break.
Bio break. All right, guys. It's been good so far. So yeah, I think we should have done this probably about 30 minutes ago, but we're good. All right, we'll be back on in about 5-10.
All right.
Yo.
Oh, I'm gonna grab some.
All right, I'm back.
All right. I think I heard Amber as well was back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Just waiting on Ricky then. Oh, I love my new place. We got the basement set up now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so awesome. It's got the big screen down there with the PlayStation 4 hooked up to it right now. We're gonna get the Xbox and everything hooked up there. Got the Rock Band stuff down there.
Like,
Hey. All right, so where we left our valiant heroes was being faced off by a bunch of Stan Lee Sentinels.
Valiant
And
heroes.
I'm cowering on the ground.
Our analysts who just happened to be who
Our
totally
poor
forgot
analysts.
that they had a shit ton of hit marks that they could have dropped onto these things. I was just like, that's an interesting dilemma that they've put themselves into without using that device. So let's see.
I'm like holding the button out, and I'm like, hit marks probably aren't going to do anything about this guy. We should probably make friends.
If these giant robots weren't really a problem, I wonder if the mini ones will be.
I hook it back to my belt, and I'm like, hello. Thank
You see
you.
the motorcycle churn off, and he pops out the kickstand, puts it on over. Says, see, the technocracy is still sending newbies into the field.
I'll have you know I'm a very experienced traveler. But point taken. Thank you for your assistance.
By the way, his voice is very robotic and like completely distorted by the helmet, with some voice alterations definitely happening. So, looks like you pissed somebody off. Who's that?
I don't know.
Those things.
You would probably know better than us. Who controls these guys?
Well, he kind of kicks him over, and he's like, well, let's say, or kicks over one of the heads a little, or like, well, kicks one of the heads. It doesn't even move when he kicks it. He's like, I think Stan Lee made these.
Oh,
Like, these Stan
Did you-
Lee? Like,
Did you piss off Stan Lee?
What?
wow! This
I
realm
am
has
so
a
confused.
this realm has a pretty wide interpretation of inventions.
Well, have you looked at his file? I bet you haven't seen his file. Anyways,
No.
Wait.
I don't think you pissed off Stan Lee. Maybe you did. Did you piss off Stan Lee?
Wait. Oh, did these things think we're
I
mutants?
feel like we're
or-
going in circles.
Anyway, yeah, we're technocrats. We're here on a mission. Just to be clear, are you gonna kill us, or what's your deal?
Well, if I wanted you dead, probably to let the robots that said they were gonna kill you do that. I'm coincidentally here, if you believe in such things. And interesting. Say you're going somewhere. The technocracy doesn't. Wait a minute. Well, who are you going to? What are you doing here? What's going on here? I just saved your life. You owe me a little bit. Just a little bit. I trade in information. By the way, my name, Wild Creek Rider of the digital web. You would know me as, I guess, a virtual adept. But,
Sure. No.
seeing as
Virtual
how I just
adept.
saved your lives, I feel like an information trade is worthy of being established between the neonates of the technocracy. And,
You know what? I completely agree with him. He seems like he can handle himself. I think that if we go with him, this will just be done with soon. Have you ever heard of what's her name?
See, Maxie.
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 I thought that you'd be going to see her. Yeah, actually, on my way to see her.
Now that is a coincidence.
Some would call it fate.
I feel like there should be a musical flourish at that point.
Da-da-da.
Do you mind showing us the way to Maxie, sir? You really, I mean, you seem like you know this place pretty well.
Tell you what, I will provide the path for you to get there, and I'll be able to even get you there in a very short amount of time. If you provide me with why the technocracy neonates need to see Maxie.
We appreciate your help. It's
Very
very
much.
grateful to you, but I feel like we could probably part ways at this time.
No, Phaedra, don't be so
I kinda
hasty.
turn and
No,
look.
no. As I stare daggers at both of you.
No. I've
Right now is
This
not the
is-
time
The
for us to
safest I
delve
have felt.
any more information to anybody.
I do agree that I don't know that we can provide you that information, sir. But I would really appreciate your help. And I'm sure the technocracy would as well.
I turned to Phaedra and I'm like, whispering, like, look, hey, when we set out on this journey, the most heinous thing that we prepared for was machines popping out of the sky and falling on us. And then we got attacked by fucking sentinels. Okay?
Do
This
you
guy's
not understand?
This guy doesn't want to kill us.
No, but he is clearly. He said he was a virtual adept.
Yeah, have you read the file about virtual adepts?
Do I need to?
I mean, yeah. I thought that was assigned work.
Actually, no, tradition is not necessarily known by everybody.
Oh,
Yeah. I
They
think
just-
I'm pretty clueless to it.
they
Yeah, no.
deal in the
All I
digital
know
realms.
is that they are not technocracy. And I just got hired. I don't want to be fired. We shouldn't be fucking with shit that we're not supposed to. And that's hurts me at my core, because that just, it grinds against everything that I know, and I'm not like that suit over there clutching his suitcase.
Hey,
Well,
But
I
there's
mean,
a line that
I
even I
suppose-
won't cross.
I suppose we could ask him to leave, but I mean,
Your general
he's
would be fucking pissed.
he's literally going to see the same person. I mean, it would be
We could just
rude.
wait.
No,
Common
we can't wait.
courtesy, and since he saved us, he can go first.
So you see him kind of like look at his watch and do the Sonic the Hedgehog tapping of the foot, and he's like, "So, I actually am on a deadline though. So it sounds like you guys kind of got things handled here now. I don't think you have any more Sentinels coming for you, unless you really pissed off Stan Lee.
Well,
I gotta
wait.
go.
Just a second, Mr. Wild Creek Rider.
You
You
can just call
said-
me Wild, or Ryder.
Mr. Ryder. You said you're going to see Maxie as well?
Yeah.
I don't see any problem with us traveling together, and after the fact, you can ask Maxie what we were doing there. How does that sound? Instead of us telling you what we're doing.
I accept.
You understand? We're technocrats. We're gonna get admonished or demoted or whatever if we tell you,
You see
these
him-
things.
Pop open the trunk of his, the seat of his cycle, and it's got a trunk in there, and you see him pop out 3 hoverboards straight out of the
oh man.
thing. He's gives you guys 3,
Uh-huh.
things to hold on to, ropes attached to the motorcycle, and he's like, "So, guys ever used a hoverboard before?"
Of course not.
What kind of hoverboard are you thinking of?
Go back to clutching my briefcase.
Welcome to the Umbra. And he jumps on and says, "Get on!"
Oh man, I scramble
this-
on the board.
Is this Back to
grab
the
on
Future
for dear life.
skateboard hoverboard or
Skateboard hoverboard from Back to the Future.
I could just see
Are we
Robert like
control
just
them, or are we like
putting-
wakeboarding?
I
So
assume
when you get on them,
Like jet
I'm not
skiing?
going to have you guys make any rolls or anything like that. These are extremely stable and like
Okay.
almost natural on like, you're like, "Oh, okay. Like I could totally do stuff with this right away." And he just takes off and goes at like probably about, we're going just under Mach 1, just so you're not breaking the sound barrier. And you guys are just flying along within about a span of, I don't know, what is that? Probably like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, probably 1 minute that it probably takes for you guys to get there. He stops. Whoosh, you guys like slide over, kind of go up the wall, come back down, and settle. But I want all of you to make a stamina check to see if you throw up everywhere.
no.
this is not why so many stamina rolls.
Amber, you're a progenitor. You should be able to rep this.
You need
Oh,
to
yeah.
like get some drugs that you just like pop into yourself to
Oh,
like
yeah, no,
steroid
I've
yourself
already
up
made-
for a while.
Several items on my list.
You're like, "I've got ideas now."
Is this difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6.
Oh no.
Well,
When I
okay.
spend the
So
willpower, I don't want to look like
No.
a bitch.
you got to do that beforehand, man.
Oh no.
And this will teach you a lesson since it doesn't really matter, but it's funny as fuck. So, both Tycho and Phaedra spew out the lunch that they had, just everywhere. It's like projectile, like just all over the place. And then it stops. And you feel the greatest you've ever felt after puking before.
I start gathering myself and look over and go, "Well, I am sorry, but I told you following him was a good idea."
What is wrong with you? Oh god.
After I throw up, I gather myself and I just like, ha ha! Adventure!
Pop some seasickness pills and some water, and I mop my face.
You see him like look back and he goes, "I like you guys." So, what you see before you is an observatory. Some of the interesting things that you see, though, are there's these giant mirrors around the observatory. So instead of like shining in or having like a what the fuck are they called? The big things that look into the sky. Telescopes.
Telescope.
Oh God.
Big things that look into the sky. So there's there's it looks like a normal, the dome-shaped observatory with the telescopes sticking out, but instead of shining in or looking into the sky, it's looking at these mirrors that are shooting all around and kind of like looking at looking for different things by the direction of the mirrors. You can tell that it's basically using it as a way of being able to see everywhere in this realm. And the mirrors being held up by big giant poles and shit like that.
Cool.
There's a doorway in. You see Ryder get off his bike, shut it down, goes in through the front door. Maxie! And you can hear just clanging and pounding and smashing and down, 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 down. You guys enter?
Nope.
Yes.
Do you drag Robert with you?
Oh yeah, no, I already have my hand on his collar. We're going.
I resist.
Contested
We
roll.
grapple.
All right, strength checks.
Ooh, perfect.
Straight up, difficulty
Just-
6.
Just straight up strength.
Yep, unless you want to start getting really fancy and
Nope.
start
This is
actually.
just. I'm just like instinctively jerking back.
Pulling out the chai con twang.
You got it too.
All right, so Ricky's like, no, I'm not going. And you can't make it.
Okay, I guess pep talk time.
Leave the suit outside if he's a.
I'll be right behind you.
No, Robert, look at me. You made me
I
get
will-
on a fucking hoverboard with a man that we don't even know. You're
Fine,
taking your
I'm
ass
coming!
inside
And I just walk in.
building.
All right, so you guys enter into the observatory and you see just tons of wacky inventions. Most of them are of almost sci-fi level inventions. Most of them robots, ranging from different things that you've seen on different kind of sci-fi shows, such as Lost in Space Robot. And different kind of things out of video games and stuff like that that seem to be here. And currently she is smashing the. You see what looks to be maybe a 16-year-old girl with shorts, red hair, in pigtails, like short cut-offs, like snubbed pigtails, with like warrior Native American face paint on, and she's just smashing this the robot from Lost in Space, the Danger Will Robinson. But it's not saying Danger Will Robinson, it's saying destroy, destroy. And she's like, shut up, stop, smashing it with a giant hammer.
My face just kind of like my jaw drops open and I whisper, "This was not in the file."
It's fine.
My jaw's also hanging open.
I'm-
And I just look and go, before
So-
anyone can stop me, I just kind of sputter out, "That's Maxie?"
Hey! She like looks over and she's like, visitors! I knew you were coming! Ryder! What are you doing with these suits? And she like jumps off of the thing and like kicks it, throws the hammer at it, and it like pins it to the wall. It's still screeching that it's gonna destroy everything but can't move. And you see her like leap from that like an ape basically, just like whoop, and just like latch onto Ryder, giving him a huge hug. And he's like, "Whoa! Oh, I always gotta brace myself for this times. Maxie, found your suits. Why are the Sentinels trying to kill them?" "Well, I don't know. Tell the third. He's probably trying to kill them. I bet he's killing them. Why'd you piss off third?"
I'm sorry, who's
It's
third?
on third.
Who's third?
Third. Well, anyways, that doesn't matter. You're safe. It might not have been third. William.
That was that guy, yeah, William the Third. That we
Yeah.
were just touring with.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe.
Oh,
I don't trust him. I don't like him. But
Oh, yeah, the guy with the hat.
Yeah,
really wanted hairs.
feels like that was
What?
forever ago.
it could have been the Nefandi. Yeah, it's probably not third. Third's not like that. He doesn't like toys. Toys are fun though. But when you put spirits in them, it's way cooler. Anyways, hey, yeah, because there's no real there's like the Sentinel toys that they made that was really big. That was a cool invention. But I don't think they did. Did Stanley make that? No, never mind. Anyways, you came from the Nefandi, right? Or like, you have Nefandi stuff.
We did? Yeah.
You do.
Well,
yeah, you got a thing.
Phaedra, the box. I handed
I
it to
just-
you before.
Is it okay that he's here?
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah. I owe him a lot. So he gets to know about this now because then that pays off debt. And he goes, "Yeah, I will take some information, pay off some of your debt." Okay, cool, awesome. And you can't tell anybody because if you do, it's a lot of trouble, and we don't want trouble. So
Wait, I'm going to have to leave that out of my report?
I start turning for the door again.
Yeah, no, I don't stop him, and I
Door
also
shuts.
say, Tycho, you and Robert go outside. Because Robert looks like he needs some air.
I like filling out reports, but I don't mind falsifying reports.
And I just saw the door shut in front of me,
Here.
so I'm just like hanging there again.
Hey Ryder, you hear this? Ryder like looks over at her. He's like, "I like these guys. I think they're good suits. Not bad. They're kind of like you. Just
Yeah.
don't call me a suit. I'm fucking a suit. You know that."
So Ryder's suit.
No, he's just Ryder. He's not a suit. That's what he calls technocrats.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I'm asking about his legitimate, like his literal suit. Is there any dandruff or hair on it?
Oh no.
Damn.
So
Suppose that means we have to give it to her then.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Cool.
That's why we're here. Go ahead.
I whip out the suitcase and I present it to her. Can you tell me what this is?
interesting. She like looks at it, plays with it a little bit. You see her like flick it up in the air, spin it on her finger. She like jams it into the ground. She's like, holy shit. That's not supposed to do that. And you see that it's like a foot or like a couple inches into the ground. It's like that's made out of some really interesting stuff.
Yeah. I press on one of the pouches on my belt, and it clicks out a little disc, and I'm like, yeah, this is the full file of the investigation that we're doing. It's how we found the dagger and all the background information.
She takes the disc and kind of looks at it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she kind of puts that into a CD player, pulls out a little cord and sticks it to her head, and she goes, okay, puts it back. Well, let me see something. She pulls out the dagger, throws it and it lands in like this force field, like jar kind of thing that's like sitting on a table, and kind of gets suspended, and you start seeing like lasers like analyzing it. Well, this is gonna take about to carry the 2. I'm gonna say 3 months, and I'll be able to get you quite a bit out of this. What the fuck that is, I have no clue. Never seen anything like it.
You've never
How
seen
much
a knife
time do
before?
we have left?
Months?
Well, I mean, we were supposed to just deliver it to her.
No, shut up. How many months do we have left?
So
Oh,
at
shit,
this
yeah.
point, you guys have taken. So you guys are. You basically have 12 months altogether. You guys have already taken 3, so this would be 9 months left.
Okay. Robert, how you doing on that air? You still stepped outside?
No, I never made it out. The door slammed in front of me.
Oh. Would you like to go take a walk for a hot second?
I would love to.
Yeah, you should go do that.
She
Yeah,
presses the button and the door opens.
I step outside and just go find a place to sit down for a second.
Yeah. Tycho, come stand in this corner with me, Rob. I
Okay,
want to gauge something with you.
You know she can hear everything in here, right?
Yeah, I don't really care. But this is between me and you for a hot second.
Okay.
How much are you willing to cross a line?
Describe the line.
Like, here's the line, and I like point right in front of me, and then I go stand over by driver. This is where I'm going. Can you handle this?
Girl, I adventured with fucking werewolves. Let's do
Okay.
this shit.
Cool.
What are you thinking?
We need more information, and we need information from a lot of seedy motherfuckers. And this man just told us he loves to trade information.
How much time did they allot for this mission?
They expected you to be back within a day.
Is there a way that we can come back? Could we fudge and say that she's going to have it done within a month and we need to come back for briefing?
I mean, you guys can try and do whatever you want.
Because
According to the mission file that you have, you're expected back tomorrow, and if you don't come back, they're going to send people looking for you.
yeah.
You can also try and contact them and try and get an
We-
extension, stuff like that if you want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's probably the suit. He knows every single regulation in the book. I bet you he
Yeah.
could probably get us a week.
that's perfect. We also,
I think
because we need to condense this 3 months down to a week. This is where I want.
not necessarily. I
Or
feel
at
like
least less than 3 months.
I feel like the direction you're going is we ask this Ryder fellow to help us figure this out a little faster, and maybe
Yep.
he takes us on a little adventure.
Yep.
Well, let's ask him first before we decide to go on this direction. It's your idea.
It's been really quiet in there, which doesn't seem normal for anyone involved right now.
Oh yeah, the robot is finally stopped. Slowly.
So I kind of get worried and start making my way back to the house.
Okay.
So I'm like, Phaedra, if you're going to pitch it to Mr. Ryder, now's the time.
Ryder.
And Ryder's over. He's dabbling with some computer stuff, and you see that Maxie is over messing with the dagger, analyzing it, looking up stuff and everything. He like looks over. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" So, Nefandi hunters, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So let me just cut to the chase. We're after an individual that, if he succeeds, is going basically destroy the world in about 9 months. She just told me that it's going to take her 3 months of the 9 months that we have left to figure out what that knife is and to stop Homeboy's plan.
Interesting.
I
me guess.
don't have much patience.
Let me guess. You want my help?
Yes.
I'm back now.
I'll tell you what.
I hold Robert back while she's talking to Ryder. Like, just chill for a second.
So,
She's talking to him.
are we talking like end of the world?
Yeah. Like horrible insanity, paradoxal end of times, yes.
I'll tell you what. Maxie, what do you think? She looks over. She's like, legit? I think they were fucking with Cthulhu, man. Like, oh, fuck. Tell you what. Open information flow. Keep me out of your reports. I'll help you.
Perfect.
All right.
One
Well.
condition.
What's that?
If at any point we become suspicious, you have to take a lie detector test. I'll have you know that I'm highly trained in sniffing out bullshit. Okay?
Deal.
Oh, can I have some DNA? I know that sounds very weird. But you said open to truth. I'd like to know if we need to contact you if you're within our facility. It's not a thing where I can see you forever. Can I have some hair?
That I'm gonna have to pass on. Sorry. There's
Had to try.
that's a lot of information that you're asking for there. As you can see, I keep my identity a little bit secret. There's reasons for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Thought I'd try.
And I'm open for all information regarding this subject of Cthulhu hunting that we'll be doing. I don't expect for you to delve into my past, and I won't delve into yours until we start making those trades.
Acceptable.
All right, so I would say that while she's digging away here, I think the first thing we should do is go to the digital web and start digging up some Cthulhu lore. I actually have a little bit of interest in this area, and I know of a sector dedicated to Cthulhu. Now, a lot of it's the Lovecraftian stuff, but from my understanding, there's more to it.
I've seen some people come back after seeing some of the things that you guys are talking about. Are we really the ones that should be going there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're going to the digital web, my friend. If you're not familiar, you know what the internet is, right?
Yeah.
New thing on the block,
Yep.
the information,
Oh, I'm very
electric
familiar,
highway, love, well, and porn, lots of porn. It's going to be more of that, believe me. So there's, underneath all of that, the real information highway exists. And let's just say that something happened a long time ago, and Turning discovered the true internet.
Turing.
In this place, Turing. discovered the true internet, and when he unlocked it, he opened it to all of the virtual adepts and to the technocracy and the mortals. What the internet is just a shadow of what the true potential of digital information flow is. And some of us believe even that the next step of human evolution is actually to transverse the human body and make it to the digital. I'm not a big subscriber to that, but I do physically exist in the digital web quite a lot.
And you're saying we can go there with you?
Yeah, I've got a way in. Physically, if you guys want. It's dangerous, but
I've actually been before.
probably what we're going to need to do for what I'm thinking. And unless any of you guys are versed in concepts of the digital web.
I've actually been there before.
Oh,
I used to hang out with
digitally
these-
or physically?
Physically. I was with some glasswalkers a couple years back.
Okay.
If you
Now I like you, and we're going to talk.
oh yeah. Strangely
So,
enough, we
yeah.
got there through Wolfhome. Never mind.
Oh.
You know what? Anyway, Robert, we're going to need to send a signal back to Technogate Command to give us some sort of reason that we have to stay here. Hey, Maxie, can you fabricate some sort of like alibi for us? Like you need us here for the dagger analysis?
Actually, I got an idea.
Okay.
Do you say yes? Just say yes. It'll be fine. It's
Just
not
as
gonna
long
hurt.
as you're not going to send robot replicants of us back through the gate.
No,
'Cause
no, no,
that's
no.
not cool.
Ooh. Actually,
No,
Oh my
no,
God.
I already said no.
but
Said no to that.
that's a really... Never mind. Anyways, I got a better idea, though. Because, like, you guys have, like, dealt with this dagger and, like, what it does, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what I need you to do is I need you to get into those vats. And she points over to 3 big Bacta tank-looking things.
I would like to
You
point
mean-
out that I had nothing to do with this dagger. I was sent along.
You mean
That's fine. I need to analyze you, too. Actually, no, I bet you got a connection. What's this connection, guys?
well, he came here with us.
No,
been
he's
near
got
the
something
dagger.
more. No, he's got something more.
His
There's something
great-grandfather had a dagger in a picture that
Oh.
looked like it.
You know what the patterns were before I even said them.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's something. Okay. No, you
There's
got to
a
go in the
pattern-
vat, too.
Pattern sympathy. So, I air quotes it like we need to get in the vats, right?
No, you need to get in the vats.
Like literally.
Like, this is going to be, like, we're going to do this. This is going to be awesome.
Well,
Yes.
no, we're just creating an alibi.
Yeah, but, I mean, it takes me, like, 45 minutes, but it'll be, like, you know,
Oh,
to
okay.
them, like, a couple of months, you know,
Okay.
whatever, or days. I don't know, whatever. However long. You need a week? You got a week.
Let's go a month, just in case.
So we're
Okay,
not literally
you're going to have to
gonna
come out
get-
like fucking prunes then. So
Well,
we're going to
no,
have to do
no.
something about that.
You only need us for 45 minutes, but we're gonna pretend
every
it's a month.
day.
Yeah,
we need
no.
to go in for 45 minutes. So we won't be all prudy.
There we go. That's how you get rid of the prudes. Awesome. I like it. I like her thinking. Okay,
I'm sorry.
so
I'm not clear on what's the truth and what's the lie here.
Okay, let me break it down. The lie is that because we're tied to the knife, she needs to analyze us in the vat. For
No, that's
45
true.
minutes. Oh,
Yeah, for some reason,
Oh.
when we came up with the idea of the lie, it suddenly became true. That's where I'm
Yeah.
confused.
yeah, no, I got some ideas, but I can just say it's going to take longer than it
And
does.
Okay.
how is this gonna make?
Because I'm going to say it's going to take longer. than
How long is
does.
it actually going to take?
45 minutes.
Just 45 minutes, one
Just
time.
for one time.
Okay, but then we can tell the brass at Technogate that it's
it
going to take
takes-
like a month.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm down.
that's what I thought. Let's proceed.
All right.
Uh,
This is gonna be awesome.
Robert, please go ahead and type up the elaborate lie, and then let's get in the vats.
I need to
What?
roll anything.
I'm sorry,
No, you don't have to roll anything.
Robert, I like
Close
you.
enough to the truth.
You're
Wait.
you're a conformist, and I know you don't want to go against the rules, but you're trying, and I appreciate that.
She's conforming to your group.
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly. Conformity is just the local paradigm. And we are peer pressuring the fuck out of this dude.
Fucking reality deviants.
Come on, dude. Be cool.
I didn't even know what Technocracy was. Why should I enlist on their rules?
It's exactly why you guys need to be on this mission, to be honest. Anyways, you're so lucky you have General Bridges. He's
Oh
totally.
yeah, no, I would have already.
Anyways,
slipped out by now.
as to the reason why you guys just went to a very, very close to not technocracy. Any case, like we'll dig more into General Bridges later. So you guys get into the vats. Before you get into the vats, she has you sign a form.
God damn it.
I read that bitch.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Through the letter.
Robert, what does this
Does
say?
anything jump? Actually, I should say I scan
all
it
of it.
very carefully.
All of it jumps out
Where-
at you
where
as
are the
being
nutritional
not,
facts?
not
All of
good. A lot of it talks about she's not liable for mutations, for falling out of your hair, for your dick becoming larger or smaller. The range goes on, and there's about 30 pages. She's like, it's just your standard liability form. But nothing jumps out as there's definitely nothing in it that is other than standard, but not standard, but liability shit.
You know.
So
like
you gonna tell
toys,
me what's
right?
inside the vat?
Do you
She-
really want to know?
Yeah, my character would want to know.
So she starts elaborately going into the concept of biofluids and bacteria,
Ooh.
information gathering,
I whip out my notebook.
and just like basically she's gonna flood you with bacteria that are gonna provide her with a lot of information.
Oh.
It shouldn't do anything bad to you. It hasn't done anything bad since 1984. That was a weird year.
It was.
Okay. Yeah, no. Thank you for the information. I love that. All right, let's get in the vats.
All right, anybody not getting in the vats?
I'm going to get in the vat. Come on.
All right.
Bobby, we're waiting on you.
So you like toys, right?
I like toys.
Can I show you? Can I show you a toy?
Sure.
I use my little thing. My where'd that go? My affinity detector thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I show it off to her, and I use it on her to try and get a little more of a glean of what exactly she plans on, or what she kind of thinks about these vats and what she plans to get from them, type thing.
These are her pride and joy, like human biological analyzers. Like you drop shit into there, and she's been working on this since like 1980 or so. She does know that there has been complications in the first 4 years, but since then, especially being in this realm, hasn't had any problems.
So she feels
she's
confident in
very
them.
confident in them, very much loving in them. Like she
Alright.
might hug them at the end of the night.
I reluctantly climb into the vat.
So yeah, you submerge yourself. 45 minutes later, you guys come out and you have just the most disgusting taste in your mouth. Not enough to make you puke, like not like that bad, but just like it's just a bunch of bacteria that you basically got in your.
That's fine. I scrape
Quick
it all
question.
out. And I put
Couldn't
it
we have
like,
just not gone in the vats and told them we did?
Oh yeah, you could have done that, but then I wouldn't have got what I needed.
yeah, no.
Can we
I
get
swab my mouth and I put that.
Oh, by the way, that knocked off a month, so I think I might have got something really good out of that. I just need to compare it. It's gonna take me a little while to make sure, but I think we just saved ourselves some time there.
Oh,
Can we get copies of the data that you gleaned
as it
from
was
our
working.
bodies?
Sure.
Yeah. I hand her another disc. I'm like, it should all fit on there, right?
my problem with that. Could you
I'll make it work.
sponge it out to make it look like a month's worth of data? Put some synergy words in there.
Phaedra, copies of this data ain't going to the technocracy.
Oh, sweet. Never mind.
Or I don't think it is. Right, Maxie?
Not mine.
Yeah.
You can give him the disc if you want.
Oh,
Crazy
hell, I
bastard.
ain't giving them the disc.
Maybe
I just
General
want-
Bridges, I'd give him the disc. He's got some.
I only want the
Anyway.
disc. I only want the data in case they have to rebuild my body.
Oh,
I want them to
I
put it back
also-
together in the right order.
well, actually, I want the disc too.
Oh, all right, not a problem. I'll get you one too.
And that's going to have data for all three of us, correct?
Yeah.
I do not consent.
Here.
You can censor out your data if you wish.
I'm gonna let
Want
Phaedra,
my data?
I'm gonna let Phaedra have mine.
Why do you want my data,
Perfect.
Phaedra?
Well, because, if you die and I have to, make you out of a petri dish,
What?
I've always wanted to figure out, if you die and then you make a clone of yourself, can I clone you in a way that you still have your memories?
Suppose it doesn't really matter because I'll be dead. As long as you only
But
use it if I
would you?
die.
If you completely have all of your memories, did you really die?
As long as you only use it if I die.
Okay.
Robert, the real question is whether or not she already did that.
Think about that.
Hey Maxie, how many times is this?
Shut up.
I'm just
I
kidding.
hate you all.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This is definitely the first time this has happened.
And this, last time it was never mind. She walks off. I think we're at the 9 o'clock good point here. I think that we're good stopping point, because I think the next thing that we're going to do then is go to the digital web, which I totally had not prepared for in any way, shape, or form. Did not see you guys
Yeah.
trying to pull this guy onto your side. He was just going to take off after this, and you guys are supposed to take off after this immediately. So liking it though, really like the idea that we're going to hunker down here for a little bit and do a little bit of investigation off the radar of the technocrats based out of Inventium.
Yeah.
Did
I kind
not
of like
expect that.
I kind of like that this went from a designed episodic show to a serialized fucking Umbrella adventure.
Hey man, we'll do what we can. We work with what we got, and this is more fun anyways. So
Oh yeah. Also, at the end of the episode, as Moxie is walking away with the data discs, I have an introspective moment. I'm like, I wonder if she knew my father.
Yeah, I'm going to try to snap a piece.
Wait, what?
I want her hair. She seems like a great person. to have on our side or cloned. Like, she's just super cool.
So you want her hair?
Yeah. I mean, she's got our fucking DNA. What can we have hers?
Ask her next time on
Find out next
Technogate!
time. Analysts in space.
All right, that was pretty fun.
Oh no, we
Yeah.
lost Josh.
Yeah,
What? Oh no,
Josh.
he probably
Josh is away.
he probably went out for a cigarette. Or no, actually no, it wouldn't do that. It would just revert to his computer's microphone. His internet probably went out.
On the phone, wouldn't he?
Yeah, looks like he's
There he
back.
is.
Yeah.
Am I back now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they just dropped
Yeah,
off.
no, that was awesome.
Yeah, I was just saying that was really fun. Did you hear my comment next time on Technogate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. I have to say, I'm pretty happy with the that game for sure. Good amount of role playing. Got some roles in there, and overall though it was solid. Good.
Yeah.
Like you guys, and I like the off the beaten track. You guys are like, I'm like, well, you're told you got one day here, you go home, and you're like, nope, we don't. We got all the time we fucking need, right, guys? I love that shit. So, and Mike, I really like what you're doing with the like jumping on the just adding stuff in and kind of ad-libbing stuff. And I'm really open to that for you guys to just, if you feel like you should know something or you have something, just do it and don't worry about it.
Yeah, just make shit out of thin air as long as it doesn't break the game.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was thinking another break and then maybe just do a little chat.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
You're breaking up when you go outside, so it's
Okay.
a little
Yep.
hard to hear you. But I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.